I'm out here today to run my Traxxas Fortec 2.0 at the typical location that I go to. We just don't have any really good concrete in Dallas, Texas in my area. It's all really rough and a lot of uneven pavement and ruts and cracks, rocks. And I think that had to do with some of what when I was attempting my high-speed run and got up to 62 miles an hour. I likely the whole parking lot wasn't bad with the joints, but just in that area where I got up to the top speed, at close to 60 plus miles per hour, I just hit one of those joints and just got upset and airborne. Unfortunate, but I'm back here today, and the point of my video, it's 33 degrees today, and that's really cold for me. People that are across the country, across the world might laugh at that, but it's extremely cold for my liking. And I went to Traxxas in Plano, or McKinney, and got new tires, brand new tires that aren't scratched up. The other ones got scratched and damaged partially from when I flipped and rolled it. Tread on these tires is basically bald. So just for show and just for my peace of mind, when I have it in the house, I have new tires to match the new body that I'll show you a picture right here that I just painted 2 weeks ago. Here's the older body that I purchased. It came with the silver, and this is the body that I actually had the high-speed crash on and crashed. Excuse me, my voice or my mouth is not working as well because it's so cold. And I also brought my Team Associated Pro 4 SC10 out here. This thing is a monster on 3S, and this is what I've got in my Traxxas Fortec today, and this is the normal gearing. It's not the high-speed gearing. I doubt I will actually put that back in and just be happy with the normal gearing. So we're going to just have some fun today. My main reason for coming out today is to kind of run the car and use my Traxxas phone app, and I'm not going to be doing a lot of specific videoing. I'm just going to put my this new camera, DJI camera, on my chest and just play with it and experiment and try to go in and tune this thing better now that I have got the 100,000 weight diff oil in the front, 100,000 diff oil. Let me repeat that, up front in the front diff, and about 40,000 in the rear. Probably would have been best to be able to put 100,000 in the rear, but I didn't have 100,000 then. And the hobby store that I went to had one bottle of the 100,000 low-C diff oil. So kind of hard to get around here unless I want to place an order, and I didn't want to place an order. And we're going to try to get this car to handle a little bit better from what I did in the last video. My fingers don't want to work. I am not a fan of the cold. When I was younger, I could do 20s and 30s and 10s. But as you get older, it's just not something I like doing anymore. All right, here was my previous body that I purchased when I bought the Fortec, and it scratched the roof up. I polished that out, buffed that out. I'm good at doing that stuff. It tore all the stickers off, the front stickers, and damaged those pretty good and really kind of busted up the spoiler. I polished that out, tried to polish most of that out, and had to cut the rear wing down. This was a much bigger wing on the rear, and I had to trim that, cut that off because that had road rash all over it. And then back here in the back, right there on the edge in the corner, took a pretty bad, most of the impact. And then the tires got all scuffed up as it flipped and rolled, and kind of roughed up all that chrome looking and ate up the tires. Just makes them look pretty in rough shape. A lot of stuff happened in just that one little, flip over, hit the curb, tumble, but can't cry about it now. Let's turn it on. All right, the goal, as I mentioned, is to get this car tuned again, because when I was doing something, I had it up and I didn't have it connected to the car. I hit reset or something and it just blanked out everything that I had gone through and set up. So I am not that well versed with this app. This is the Traxxas Link app that plugs into the side of the radio, Bluetooth right there. It's something you gotta have. Otherwise you can't tune this stuff. And let me just find out where I gotta go to do this. Let's see, drive effects, here we go. Well, it turns a lot better with that 100,000. Oh, way better. I haven't even played with the app. Of course, it's going to be really limited on traction because the concrete's 32 degrees. I can feel it's like driving on ice. I'm only about 50% throttle. Oh, much better. All right, so that 100,000 diff oil in the front is made a world of difference. So if you're watching this video, I think this is something you have to do, or even go higher than that, I don't know. Turns way better. I cannot tell you how much better it handles. And it did come with fluid in there when I took it apart from the factory, from, you know, how it came. It had, you know, and it wasn't fluidy, it wasn't real watery. It was pretty thick. I don't know what the weight of it was, but definitely it obviously wasn't 100,000. My monster truck Corvette Z06, no, just my Corvette body sitting on my Team Associated Pro 4x4 truck there, short course truck, keeping it out of the way of the cat. The cat will knock it on the floor and scratch it up more than it is, or has been. So I just want to touch base and highlight what I've spent more on my Traxxas Fortec 2.0. I was initially just wanting to spend maximum, maybe tops, $400. And over the past 45 years of doing this RC stuff, yes, a lot of people's philosophy is, yeah, just throw money at it, it's fun. Well, it's not always fun to spend a bunch of money and then 2 years later you get nothing in return, or a year later, other than just some extra little bit of fun. But I'm just going to highlight here how much I spent, how much more than $400 I went over my budget. All right, I don't like sitting on videos, but it is so cold now. It's down in the 20s and low 30s, 31, 32, 25, 28 degrees, depending on sun's out, sun's not out. It's just too cold. A lot of people say, oh, you're so wimpy. It's like -5 here where we live. But here in Texas, it's just, it's tough to do, man. It just makes it where my mouth doesn't work, my fingers don't work. Just makes it really hard to be outside. So I'm gonna end the video with this, or say to be continued, on my Traxxas Fortec 2.0, and putting the 3S battery in my Team Associated SC10 Pro 4. That thing is so fast. I don't know, that motor and the ESC just really sings with that 3S battery in there, because up to this point for a couple of years, or a year and a half, or however long I've had that, I've only been running 2S 120C 6,000 milliamps, so high output batteries. And man, that just is a lot of fun. It's rejuvenated my love for the Pro 4 SC10. And yeah, so that's it. Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway is that the 1,000 weight diff oil in the front, you know, a couple of weeks ago running it with and without, and how it handled and how I saw it react, you know, in the turning. Massive difference. I mean, I'm really welcoming that and excited that that's been enhanced. So that's the video. Wish I could produce more content, but yeah, just too cold outside. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to more content. If you're into my RC stuff and you can put up with me, check me out on the next video. All right, bye-bye.